actually really good. It mainly just tastes like peaches, which is the main fruit that I put in here. And I wonder if the collagen powder that I put in also added some flavor, because I think it's vanilla flavored. So that probably added a little bit of like sweetness to it. But I really like this, and I'm definitely gonna be making a lot more juices this week. And this week is gonna be heavily focused on health. Also like my career and other things as well, but really like honing in on my health. I want to eat majority fruits and vegetables this week. I have a lot of leftovers from my Nana's house, so naturally I'm gonna be eating some of the stuff that she sent me because I'm not an idiot, like I have to eat that stuff. But for like lunch and breakfast, I want to try and just eat fruits and vegetables and really just like find ways to get that into my diet more. So juicing is going to be one of those ways. This was actually my first time ever juicing with a blender, and as you guys saw, it was kind of a disaster. I had to put it in the blender twice because I ended up putting the powder in. I think I'm actually going to put it in this little glass jug that I have. I got this at IKEA. Right now the only vegetables I had was a frozen thing of spinach, but I want to get like celery and cucumber and do like the real juices. I'm not very good about eating vegetables, but I am really good about eating fruit. So I want to try and improve my vegetable intake. I'm drinking it out of this beautiful crystal glass. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's so pretty. But I'm gonna drink this, work a bit more, and then I'll change and probably take Miko for a really long walk. I've been going on a lot longer of walks lately. Before this, I would do like a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk maybe, but now I've been doing like 45 minutes to an hour, and I've been really liking it. It's really nice, and I think it's just like good for my body because I haven't been going to the gym. I've just been doing Pilates classes and yoga classes. I just want to like find ways to get more movement because I feel like that's just not enough. Like I need a little bit more. Let's just get into it. Cheers. Clink. This is the soup that I'm having for lunch today. I've been picking up soups recently from Farm Boy and just having those for lunch throughout the week. And this is what we are finishing off. It's really yummy. This is turning into like literally a what I eat in the day. I just wanted to share. I made a little snack. I was craving something sweet and I didn't really want to reach for something that was just like junk. So I was thinking about what I could do that would be kind of like a dessert, but also like good for me. So I mixed peaches, frozen peaches. I wish I had mango because that would have been ideal, but I didn't have any mango frozen. So I did frozen peaches, a little bit of milk, and then after I tasted it, I realized it needed a little bit more flavor. So I added a little splash of vanilla, and then I still felt like it needed some sort of like texture or crunch or something. So I actually added like vanilla granola on top, and then I put it in the freezer for maybe like 30 minutes. And now it's like this nice sort of like froyo texture. Let's see how it tastes. It's good, but there's just something off about it. I don't know. I kind of wish it wasn't a crunchy texture and instead was like a chewy texture. Like, you know, when you go to bubble tea and you get like lychee jellies or coconut jellies instead of tapioca, that would be so good in this. I'm gonna eat a little bit of this. I probably won't finish it. If I was to give advice on making this, I would probably say don't blend it all the way. Let it be a little unblended. That way you get like some chunks of peach. This smoothie frozen yogurt thing was just really not it, so clearly I haven't drank it. But I warmed up some cornbread that my aunt made, and so I'm gonna have that. I'm having a little guava LaCroix. These are so yummy and so pretty. Like the color, are you kidding me? Good morning, guys. Quickly getting ready for the day. Lately I've been trying to get ready every single day, even if that's just like a little bit of makeup, a little bit of hair, putting on an outfit, because it really does make me feel so much more prepared for my day, and it makes me like work better and just do better when I like feel confident in how I look. So I've been trying to do better at that. Basically the routine has been like my skincare, which has a little bit of tint in it. It doesn't really add any like coverage, but it might add just like a little bit of a glow. Then I do a little bit of concealer because I find that lately my under eye circles have been really dark compared to how they used to be. I think it's like ever since I got rid of lash extensions, it's like you notice it more, so maybe it was always there and I just couldn't tell, or it's old age, who knows. And then I'll do a little bit of bronzer, some blush and call it a day. I might do my brows. I'll probably put on a little bit of castor oil on my eyelashes. I've been doing that day and night lately when I remember. My lashes I think are actually starting to get pretty long, so that's fine. I also gave myself a lash lift. I think it was like maybe a month ago, and it's starting to like kind of wear off, so the lashes are like somewhat curled. They're more curled than they would be naturally, but they're definitely not the way they used to be when I first did it. You guys want to know the products that I'm using? I'm planning on filming a little like my favorites video soon, and I'll include all of my makeup that I'm using, all of the hair products that I'm loving, just like all of that stuff. Perfume that I'm loving. If you're interested in that, definitely let me know. Or if you guys just would rather it included in a vlog, I could do that too. We're gonna wear these leggings. I feel like my body is bodying, especially for being on my period. I'm like, okay, my bad, Erin. I think it's so funny how our confidence comes in waves. Like sometimes I'm looking at myself and I'm like, ugh. And then I have to look at myself and I'm like, wow. My freaking bad. Sam and I went to Healthy Planet yesterday. There's another one that opened up near my house recently. So I got a lot of snacks because I don't really keep snacks in my house very often. The only times I have snacks is when I'm on my period. I'll go and I'll buy a Cadbury chocolate bar, the fruit and nut one, and I eat one of those like literally every single time I have my period. So I'm trying not to do that anymore because I know that specific chocolate bar has so many calories in it, and I'm in the process of trying to lose some weight, and so it's just not like reasonable for me to eat that all the time. It's just not good for you also. So I'm trying to find like a dark chocolate that I actually like. If you guys know of any brands that actually do fruit and nut, please let me know, because I couldn't find any that had both fruits and nuts. I can only find either or. But anyways, this is the one that I got. I'm hoping it's like actual raspberry and cherry chunks and not just like flavor. I also picked up this Iron Plus B12. I take this every single day. I ran out of it, so I had to pick another one up. I picked up this body oil because every time I get out of the shower, I'll use like my body lotion. I think it's like the Nivea cocoa butter, and then I'll take some jojoba oil and I'll put it in my moisturizer and mix it together and use that on my body. But I'm running out of the jojoba oil, so I was like, let me get a new oil, and I was like, maybe let's buy something more fun. I got this one, and this is called Nature's Secret. So there's literally only like 4 ingredients in this: shea oil, cocoa oil, olive oil, and cocoa aroma. It smells so insanely good. Picked up these. They are 6 grams of protein, which is lovely. These are sweet chili flavored. They're like little chips. I don't really eat chips that often, but it's nice to have. I'm more of like a sweet tooth person for sure. Sam has tried these before. I think the chocolate chip flavor though. I love a birthday cake flavor and everything, so that is the lineup of what I got. I'm not great with things that have been baby proofed. So as I was just saying to you guys, I'm in like this process of trying to lose some weight, and honestly, while in this process, something I've realized I needed to do was kind of work on healing my relationship with food, because I feel like I definitely label my food, and I feel like this is something that so many people do and don't even realize it's necessarily like not great for you. And what I mean by label is having like good and bad food. Like for example, thinking to yourself like eggs are good, bacon, real bacon is bad. While yes, there's one that's healthy and then one that's less healthy, they aren't technically good and bad. Like there is no good or bad food, because I've heard that before. I've heard like, oh sorry, I'm still rubbing in that oil. Like, as I've been like realizing that I needed to heal my relationship with food, I've watched a lot of like YouTube videos and different things about people talking about that. I heard people talk about like labeling your food and how like there is no such thing as good food, bad food, and honestly it's never really connected with me, because in my head I've always been like, yeah, but like there is good food and bad food. Like there's food that is good for you and food that's bad for you, so like how can you not label food? I was journaling about it the other day, and I kind of just realized that you don't always eat food for the reason of being healthy. Like when you eat a chocolate bar, or when you eat pizza, or when you eat fried chicken, whatever it is, like something that's considered unhealthy, you're not eating that because it's healthy. You're eating it to satisfy your taste buds. You're eating it to like enjoy a pleasurable meal, to like enjoy that moment, to give yourself pleasure. And I think that it's important to remember that yes, it's important to be healthy, but it's also just as important to live a satisfying life, to live a life that makes you feel happy and fulfilled, and like you aren't depriving yourself of anything. And so I think for myself at least, whenever I go to reach for something that is like a sweet treat or something that is considered unhealthy, I'm trying not to have the label of like, oh, you're eating a bad food, you're eating junk. Because when I feel like you have that negative thought process every time you go to reach for something that isn't considered healthy, first of all, you're kind of shaming yourself and guilting yourself for enjoying food and for eating certain types of food. I almost said bad food again. When you don't need to. Like, you deserve to eat good food. It's everything in moderation. And what actually would be bad is only eating healthy food, unless that's what works for you. But in my opinion, in my situation, I really value balance. And I feel like if I was to fall too heavy to one scale, to one side, I mean, it just wouldn't be what's good for me. If I was only eating too much junk and having very little fruits and vegetables, very little whole foods, that also wouldn't be what's good for me. So I just think it's important to remember that even when you're eating the chocolate bar, even when you're eating something that's not healthy for you, you're doing good by eating that, because you're living a balanced life. Like, you should give yourself a props on the back for that. And there should be no shame involved with that. We're off to yoga. I really like going on my lunches. I feel like it allows me to have the opportunity to work out, and I feel like that is something I do not take for granted. I know that's not that common. Like, if you don't work from home, you don't really have that freedom, and I'm just so grateful that I do have that freedom right now. So yeah, it's nice. It's very nice, and I am definitely taking advantage of it. I don't have any clients today, and so I kind of want to take Miko for a really long walk. I've been trying to go on like hour-long walks every once in a while, maybe like 2 times a week, 3 times a week. I've been really liking it. I think my body likes it. Miko definitely likes it. It's been really nice, like mentally too, to have that much time for a walk. So after work.